Hephaestus returned, looked at them in the net. Ares red-faced, Aphrodite ashamed and bowed, caught red-handed. Homer, Odyssey 8. That day on Mount Olympus, justice didn't carry a sword. It carried the eyes of a crowd and a laugh no one forgot. Ares was the god of war. He was hot-headed, loud, and often came home with dents and scratches in his armor. Many gods disliked him for his rough ways. Mortals feared him like death. Even Zeus, Ares' father, didn't favor him, preferring Athena, war with brains and discipline, not just brute force. Aphrodite was the goddess of love. She was bright as spring, but godly life was full of deceit. Hephaestus was her lawful husband. He was the smith of the gods, limping from an old wound, but his hands were skilled like the devil. He forged weapons for heroes, built palaces for the gods. Under the volcano Etna, his forge was scorching hot, smoky as hell. The story starts simply. Hephaestus was swamped with work. He left early, came home late, sweat-soaked. He trusted his labor and the things he crafted. He thought, build a nice home, give fancy gifts, and happiness would last. But happiness, human or divine, isn't something you forge once and keep. It breaks easy like glass. When Hephaestus was away, Ares snuck in. No fanfare. Ares moved like a thief in the night. He feared Helios, the sun, because Helios sees it all. So Ares told a young guy named Alectryon to stand watch and warn when dawn approached. Alectryon stood quiet, but the Olympus air was cool and tiring. His eyes drooped. He dozed off. Dawn came on schedule. Helios's first light swept over the roof. Helios saw it all. Ares and Aphrodite sneaking around, tangled up in secret. Light doesn't hide, it tells. Helios ratted to Hephaestus. Hephaestus listened, didn't yell or smash things. He went silent, face darkening, like a craftsman checking a flawed blade. He went back to the forge, heated metal to glowing red, drew it into thin wires like tangled hair, wove them into a net, knots tight as old rope. The net was so thin it was nearly invisible, but tough as rock, strong enough to hold the ugly truth. This was Hephaestus's justice, no blind rage, just clever and cold. He brought the net home, draped it over the bed, told his wife he'd be gone a few days. His voice was steady, but eyes full of doubt. Stepped out, then hid in the shadows. A good craftsman knows to wait, even if it hurts like hell. Ares came back. Alectryon posted up. No surprise dawn this time, just the net. When Ares and Aphrodite hit the bed, the net snapped shut. Sound was tiny, like a breeze, but it held like chains. Hephaestus returned, looked at them in the net. Ares red-faced, Aphrodite ashamed and bowed, caught red-handed. He didn't hit or curse. He did something else. Called in the gods to see. One by one they came, stood around the bed, saw the ugly truth. Then they laughed. The laughter echoed, rough and mocking. Not gentle, not crazy. It was verdict laughter. On Olympus, honor's heavy as stone, and crowd laughter weighs more than a hammer. Then laughter rose among the gods. The old line echoes for a reason. People retell the day justice needed no blood, just witnesses and shame. Hephaestus looked at Ares, at Aphrodite. His eyes no longer burned, just tired and wise. He released the net, ended the marriage. Decision quick as snapping a cord. Ares carried the permanent stain. Aphrodite lost face in front of everyone. Hephaestus trudged back to the forge, shoulders heavy. Some things gotta be rebuilt from scratch, even with a broken heart. People add one more bit. Ares was mad at Alectryon for nodding off. turned him into a rooster. Ever since, roosters crow before dawn, like making up for it. The cry reminds folks to open their eyes, let light expose secrets. This tale's often told with a chuckle, but listen close, there's a real lesson. Hephaestus didn't go violent. He used truth and a crowd. He figured a community could be a court, honor the law. Helios didn't speechify. He just shone light where needed. Hephaestus's net wasn't huge, just big enough for the ugly moment. The verdict? Crowd decided with their stares. On Olympus, justice has many faces. Athena uses reason. Zeus thunders. That day, Hephaestus brought a thin net and a room of witnesses. No blood, no yelling, just shame in the right spot, right time. Later, when order comes up, folks cite this. Rome had harsh laws, big squares for punishments. Greece had stages, audiences, laughs, tears. Both ways power tells the crowd, this is what we want and how we keep it. The lesson's straightforward. Secrets can't fight light. Honor crumbles under community laughter. And sometimes, instead of swinging a hammer, better to weave a net, because once truth's caught, no place to hide. The story ends. Helios crosses the sky as usual. Forge under Athena fires up again. Rooster crows before sunrise. Gods get back to business. One thing sticks. People still remember the day laughter rose among the gods, and Hephaestus's net held what no excuse could.